still pissed that the Raiders won, but I'm glad the Broncos won as well. That's good, Broncos.
Hey everybody, welcome to That's Good Broncos. I am Brandon Perda, and this is the worst post-game recap show on the fucking interwebs. Denver Broncos advanced to 6-2 after defeating the San Diego Chargers 27-19 in a game that I predicted a 22-19 Broncos victory. Like the Broncos, I'm 6-2 on the season, and like the Broncos, there's a lot of questions about whether or not half of me is any good. The defensive unit on the Broncos team continues to carry them. Even without Aqib Talib and Brandon Marshall playing today, they dominated the Chargers. They had 3 interceptions on the day. Bradley Roby gets a pick 6 early, which the team desperately needed to kind of shift the momentum. Darian Stewart gets a pick off a tip ball, and TJ Ward had an interception. So even without Talib, the no-fly zone really stepped up, and I'm not gonna lie, I was worried. I was worried about Talib not being in that game. I think the Broncos sacked Phillip Rivers 4 times on the game. He was hit a lot. I am going to enjoy going back through that footage and finding all of the times that Phillip Rivers was hit. So, in the second quarter, I believe, Wade Phillips was hit on the sideline. He had to leave the game. He was taken to the hospital. There was a false report that he broke his leg. He appears to be fine. He does not have a broken leg. He's going through tests. Everything's coming back negative, which is positive for us. Don't let the medical jargon confuse you. I don't know exactly what happened with Wade, what his condition is, but I think he should be fine. So at that point, Reggie Herring took over the play calling for the Broncos on the defensive side, and I think I could call plays for that defense. That's how good they are. I also said Jared Crick had been playing average before this game. He had 2 balls batted down, maybe 3. I'm pretty sure it was 2. So he really stepped up, made a couple clutch plays. One of those, I believe, was on one of the 2-point conversions or in the red zone. I don't know. I should have double checked that. But this is the second game in a row where the Broncos scored 27 points. That's going to be their lucky number for the rest of this season. If they do make it to the Super Bowl, they will win that game by scoring 27 points. There are some serious concerns about the offensive line, about the offense as a whole. Just so many issues, and they continue to happen week after week. I think the Broncos were lucky to take advantage of a Texans team last week that wasn't very good. We saw the line struggle again with protection. We saw them struggle with penalties, holding penalties. Trevor Siemian was a bit inaccurate today. But even when things are working, we've seen skill players make mistakes, and that's been a problem for a while now as well. Devontae Booker fumbles that ball on the 2-yard line. Jordan Norwood has a ball hit his hands, pops up in the air, and is returned for a touchdown. So there's some real issues with, like I've said, when you have a young quarterback, your skill players, in addition to your offensive line, your skill players have to make plays. We saw a few of them do it. Demaryius Thomas had an amazing catch on the sideline to take the ball within the 5. We see him drop an easy one here and there, but then he makes catches like that remind us he is a really fucking good wide receiver. Jordan Taylor had a big play early in the game. And the one thing that continues to happen with this defense that is a mystery to me is on the opening series, they give up one play that goes for a huge gain. And this week, it was J.J. Watt's little brother, something Watt, I don't know his first name, but he's the fullback for the Chargers, and he had a 53-yard gain, and San Diego scored a touchdown on that opening drive. So if this defense can figure a way out to stop those opening drive touchdowns and get rid of those big chunk plays, they're gonna just be so very, very good. Raiders coming up this next week. Raiders look good. I hate to say it, but the Raiders look good. Their defense doesn't look great, but their offense looks pretty good. That is going to be a fun game. It is in Oakland. The Raiders are playing better on the road. They're undefeated on the road this season, so maybe the Broncos go into Oakland and get a win because they need to get to the top of the AFC West. Exciting win for the Broncos. I'm not going to lie, I have mixed feelings because I'm really worried about the offense. But, you know, a lot of things happened this week. CJ Anderson goes to IR. So you gotta make that up on the offensive side of the ball. Talib out, Marshall out, Matt Paradis playing through an injury. We'll see if this team gets a little healthier, if they can get even better. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Broncos. Make sure you subscribe here. Give me a follow on Twitter at Brandon Perna, and check out the Mile High Report for all of your Denver Broncos news needs. They're the biggest Broncos blog on earth, and they do it upright. They do it hard. They do it good.